I gotta tell you this story. Gotta tell you this story. The only reason I got a chance at that scholarship was because there was a guy that was 6'8", 6'9", that went to my high school before I got there. And once he graduated out of high school, he went to a junior college. Well, I ended up going to that same junior college. So that coach at the junior college and my coach in high school had a connection. They basically got together and said, you know what? This cat, 6'8", 6'9", did really well. And he went on to go to the University of Wyoming. I'm going to give this guy a shot as well. And that guy was me. Well, he gave my buddy a shot too. His name is, we're going to call him Dre, because I don't want him to see this and be mad at me. So I'm looking at this situation coming into college like, look, I'm excited that I'm getting this opportunity. Dre's looking at this situation like, Bill, he don't like me. That's all I heard that entire year was, Bill, he don't like me. He just let me get on the team because you here. He likes you, Bill. He talks to you differently. He don't like me, Bill. He always said, it doesn't matter where we was at. And they redshirt us. Throughout that entire year, we got punished for the deeds of everyone else. I think he did this because sometimes you can't get onto the star player because they'll crumble. I don't know what his mindset was, but we ran a lot that year. We ran a whole lot that year. We ran for everybody else's mistakes. We ran for our mistakes and everybody else's mistakes. There came a time where it was doing like Christmas break. I gathered up and coach said, hey, tomorrow we're going to meet. Y'all need to get up about 7 o'clock and get you some breakfast, relax, and then come over here when you get done, when you get ready. We got up extra early. We got up at like 5 o'clock, just chilling in the room the next day, watching TV. And I remember opening the door because we was greeting everybody else. While we watching TV, playing music loud, and I could see people in the mirror leaving. And as they leave, they will stop by like, hey, what up? How you doing, man? What's up, man? How y'all doing? It's like, chilling. And all of a sudden, phone rings. And pick up the phone, and it was it was my coach. It was my assistant coach. And my assistant coach was like, hey, he used some colorful language. He was like, what the bleep, 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 are y'all bleep, 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 colorful language. And I'm looking at the phone like I'm looking at the coach. Like, I remember being so scared. Like, I don't even know if I told Dre what just happened on the phone. I don't even know if I even told him, or he just saw it on my face. We took like literally 5 seconds to get ready. I remember being so scared I didn't put on socks. You know how like your shoes are tied and you're lazy and you don't want to put on you don't want to unlace the shoes and put your foot in? That's exactly what happened to me. Like, my shoes were tied. I didn't want to waste any time. So what I did was I stomped my heel in the back of the shoe so I can get there on time. Okay. Then just threw on some clothes. So I get in there. I had no doggone socks on, just my shoes, like real, just scared out of my mind. So when Dre and I finally made it to the gym, coach calls everybody into the huddle and was like, you already messed up our practice because you late. The first mistake that you make today because you're not listening, and both of you mother are gonna be first thing smoking back to where you came from. So he set the tone. Let's get down. Let's get it. Like, I'm not going home. So I'm looking at Dre, and now Dre has the look on his face that I had when I got the phone call from the assistant coach. Like, he saw ghosts. So I was kind of worried about it. But I was like, we're gonna be fine. Well, I knew I was gonna be fine. I didn't know about Dre, but we're gonna be fine. So we're going through practice, and everything is good. Coach is a very detailed person, but he gives us even more precise direction during this practice for whatever reason. And he tells us, like it was a drill, that, you know how when you pass the ball, chest pass, at the end, your follow through should be like this. Your thumb should be down, right? So you pass the ball, boom, right? Boom, boom. So coach told us, you should follow through, and both your thumbs should be pulling it down. For whatever reason, I looked over at Dre again, and Dre has this thing that when he gets tired, his mouth, his whole face gets dry and white for some reason. Like, it's the craziest thing ever. So I know when that happens, like, ain't no telling what Dre's gonna do. Like, he ain't no telling. He's in his last stages, right? So he's gonna do something crazy. So we get into this drill, And everything's good. We go good for like 2 minutes. And long before you know it, Dre comes up to the top of the key. And it was time for him to pass the ball to the wing. And when he passes it, and I guess one of his thumbs forgot to go down, and one of them is up. Remember now, they're supposed to go down through the pass, and one of them's up like this. Like, it's just like, it's kind of like lazy. Coach sees it. Throws Ray out. Ray, he just told him to get out on the spot. Ray didn't flinch. He just got on out. He just left. And just that quick, just boom. Go home, pack your stuff, get up out of here. Well, like 5 minutes later, after that situation happens, he asked us to do this drill where it's like more like sharp cuts. Like, come here, sharp cut, plant, go. At the end of the drill, for some reason, he feels like I rounded the edge and I didn't sharp cut. Get out, and he points at the door. And I look at him, like I'm like froze. Cause I didn't even see it coming. So I froze. Everybody looks at me. And he kept repeating himself. And by this point, like, I'm looking at him and I don't even hear him anymore. I can just see him and his mouth moving. He's getting closer to me. Now, you got to understand, you don't know this about my coach, but my coach was into that UFC stuff way before it became a thing. Like, he was known to, like, wrestle with the doggone players. And low-key, I was kind of intimidated by this guy beforehand. I was kind of intimidated by this guy because I ain't never seen no coach do that mess. Like, he used to be wrestling with kids before practice. Like, not hurting them, but like showing them different maneuvers and crap. And I'm not that type of dude. So at that time, I was like, it was kind of made me nervous. But at that time, when he told me to get out, all that nervousness was out. It was like out the window. Like, when he told me that I had to leave, like, it was like sucked out of me. Because at that point, I'm thinking like, you're going to have to call security. You have to call security to get me up out of here. You know why? Because I told my parents that I was going to make something out of myself. And I'm using basketball to do that, doggone it. And you ain't going to talk. Look, I don't care what kind of maneuvers you know how to do, what kind of UFC, what kind of boxing moves. Like, you're going to have to physically pick me up and take me up out of here. Or call security. One of the two. Because I'm not leaving. You're talking about a person that, if it wasn't for basketball, I wouldn't be here. You're talking about a person that was in special education classes for the duration of his doggone elementary and middle school years. You're talking about that person. The person that has a sister that's 5 years younger than him that could do his homework because in special education classes, they had you doing second grade math when you in doggone sixth grade. You're talking about that person that finally found basketball and changed everything. You think I'm just going to let you kick me out of here? You think I'm going to call my mom and tell my mom that I couldn't make it? Nah, it ain't happening. Not today. Not tomorrow. Next week ain't looking too good either. Like, not right now. And that's all I was thinking is like, I'm not getting up out of here. There's no way. There's no way that I'm packing up and leaving. No way. And as I'm saying that, I can hear our teammate, my teammates. They're looking at me, and as coach is getting close to me, it's like, Bell, just leave, man. Just leave. And I can feel the tears coming up in my eyes. Like, what am I gonna tell my mom? What am I gonna tell my dad? Like, you understand? Like, basketball is my thing. Like, this is why I get up in the morning. Like, this is it. But I'm starting to hear my teammates tell me, he's like, man, just leave. And they're saying it in a way like it's out of desperation. I think they knew how important it was for me, and it, like, out of desperation, it's like, Bill, just leave, man. Like, you lost. So I left. When I got outside the gym, I didn't see Dre at all. Dre had already gone. I guess he had already started packing. But I went to the second floor. Now, some of you may have been in gyms like this. Well, this gym was built where the gym was on the base floor. There was a window upstairs, and you can look down into the gym, right? If you're going to kick me out, I'm not going to make it easy for you. So there's a big window right there. And what I did was I stood at the window, and I watched practice, the entire practice. And I made sure I was close to the window. I wanted everybody in the gym to know that I was still in practice, even though this joker kicked me out of practice. Like, you was gonna have to come get me. Like, you gonna have to come talk to me about this situation, because I'm not telling my mom that I got kicked out of school, and I'm definitely not telling mom that I can't play basketball anymore. So I sat at the glass, right? And as practice went on, it's funny because one by one, people looked back at me like they was like looking at me like, what is this joker doing? What is he doing? And I'm sitting there straight faced, like I'm not playing. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna try to learn something. I didn't really have a plan. I was just more of, I didn't want to go home. So about 15, 20 minutes go by and I'm still up there. And then after all the faces on the basketball team look up at me, I can see them some of them start laughing at me. Some of them start like, look at this dude here. Like, making fun of me. Right? But I didn't change anything. I didn't care. I didn't care at all. Another 10, 15 minutes go by, and for some reason, I can see what's happening in the gym from up top, from the window or whatnot, and one guy takes off like he's going to the water fountain. I'm watching practice, and I don't plan on leaving. So for some reason, the guy comes upstairs and is like, "Hey, Bell, coach said you can get back in practice." So I got back in practice, and lo and behold, nothing else happened. I made it through practice. It was great. Well, after practice, coach said, "Bell, I need to talk to you in my office." So I go back to his office, and when I was in his office, he says, "So, Bell, what's going on? You got to listen. You can't be zoning out in practice. I clearly told y'all to be here at 7 o'clock the next day." I said, "Coach, I thought you said that we had to be up by 7. Like, we were up. We were up before all these jokers. Like we just didn't know." He gave me some gear. Like, he gave me like a hoodie, and he gave me some CEU shorts, all this stuff. He gave me some gear for the year. And he tells me to tell Dre to come in there and talk to him. So I went back to the room, and I go back to the room, and Dre is sitting in front of the doggone TV playing, I think it was like PS2 or whatnot, and he had his stuff already packed. And he just had this nonchalant look on his face, and I walked in there. He was just like, "Well, I guess I got to leave." I said, "Man, coach wants to talk to you. Like, he wants to." You said go talk to him in the office. He heads back to the office. It was that day that I realized. It was that day that I realized that that's when I made the team. That's when I made the team. Regardless, because at the end of that year, we were redshirting. Dre didn't come back. I came back, and it's of my opinion that that was the deciding factor of when I was going to come back, because I showed him that it was important to me.
Why is this important to me? What's this got to do with me, Bell?
Whether it's in your sport or whether it's in the classroom, to understand that there's going to come a time where the hard work gets you to the point where you may feel like you're being picked on, you're being embarrassed because you have this dream, because you have this goal. And I'm telling you that forget all the dumb stuff, show up anyway, regardless. Even if that means you at the top of the gym looking crazy, looking down at practice and forcing somebody to get you up out of there, like, do it, right? And put it all in. Say, this is what I'm about. So, why am I scared to go talk to the professor about a class when I'm not doing well in the class? Why am I scared? Because what he's gonna say to me? So what? I still need to get it taken care of. I'm not going to fail this class or have to drop this major because you got some corny stuff that you want to say or you want to think about me. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. The same thing applies to me not getting playing time. Joker, I didn't come out here to burn calories. I came out here because I want to play. I came out here because I know I can play. So whatever cornball information that anybody else has to say about me or comments they have to say, off-wall comments about me, they can say whatever they want to say. I came here for a purpose. I came here for a purpose, and I don't care if that makes me look bad in the process. It doesn't make a difference. I don't care what you jokers have to say about my goals, my dreams, or what I want to aspire to be. I does not give a darn at all. That was the reason why I got that scholarship. So that's my story, or at least the way I remember it.